With the second season of the Fallout TV show quickly approaching, we've been treated to a second trailer, which reveals quite a... Wait, is that the Pimp Boy 3 billion? As I was saying, the trailer showed us just enough to start theorizing about what is in store for us in a little over a month. We can already start to put together some answers to questions we were left with from the first trailer, the ending of Season 1, and even from New Vegas itself. For the sake of your time, we'll get started with the big question. How has the Mojave been doing since the courier left it so long ago? The answer is very dependent on where you're looking. We got some pretty clear looks at certain locations, so I'll be using this map to guide us through. Starting with Novak, it appears to be overrun by the Great Khans. We see a couple of their flags hanging out, and it looks like Lucy and the Ghoul engage in combat with some new residents of our favorite motel. Don't worry though, the dino is still standing. Moving north, we get a couple shots of Camp Golf, which appears to be abandoned. The trailer may be edited slightly deceptively, as following these shots, we're given a conversation between the Ghoul and a member of the NCR. Based on the background, I'm pretty sure that those are completely different scenes, and the once disorganized residents of Camp Golf are no longer there. Looking closer to the shining jewel of the Mojave, we are stopping at the famous Welcome to New Vegas sign. And it's here that we see a gang of King's members in a ghoulified state. As to how they found this fate, there's no real clear answer right now. I have a little pet theory, with no real basing, however, that the courier decided to keep leaking radiation into the sharecropper's domain in order to save the residents of Vault 34. A group of Kings may have been hired to investigate and befell to the radiation. The sharecropper farm is pretty close to where we see them in the trailer, and it'd be cool for the courier's minor choices to be felt in the show. Also, I think it's important that there are hostiles in this area, and we're right outside of what used to be Camp McCarran. I would assume that if there were any sizable fighting force in the NCR base, it would have taken out the ghouls, leading me to believe it has been at least heavily deprecated. Moving past the outer gates, Freeside looks like it's doing quite well. The lights are on and there's a good amount of people walking around. There are even still people in costumes, such as showgirls, indicating that the businesses are still up and running. On the other hand, the strip does not look too hot. It's here that we see a Deathclaw has made the former bastion of security its home. Now, is this beast the reason for its downfall, or possibly just moved in right after something else cleared it out? We'll have to watch to find out. Rounding out the locations, we do get a quick shot of a vault that's been overrun by some sort of greenery. This is probably Vault 22, but all we have are some vines on the walls of a vault entryway. Now that we've sorted the wasteland to some degree, how are the big players looking? Not gonna lie, the NCR is not looking too great. All the locations we expect to find the bear are empty. There's a shot of the Ghoul speaking to an NCR trooper in what looks like a small NCR camp, so they're not completely gone. The trailer also hits its climax with a fight in which Maximus dons a set of NCR power armor and a Ranger helmet. I hope he didn't take it off a dead body, since the Mojave without an NCR presence would be less interesting. Now their foil in the Legion features quite prominently in both trailers. We see a wide shot of one of their camps in which something has exploded. They seem pretty dug in wherever they are, and have built walls and other fortifications. I don't think this is the fort, however, based on it not being on a hill, but I'm not really too sure. We also get to see Macaulay Culkin of Home Alone fame, leaving quite a trap for another member of the Legion. I believe this is who we see leading a cheer in the first trailer. In this scene, we can see him wearing a laurel wreath, which symbolizes victory in ancient Rome. So he's likely the new leader of the Bull, and has led a successful campaign somewhere. Now, interestingly enough, they have not released who he is playing, and I have a theory, which probably is not true, but it's fun. What if we're looking upon a corrupted arcade Ganon? The courier could have sold him into slavery under Caesar, and his high intelligence and proximity to the former Legion leader leads to his rise in power. Now, this would involve a minor retcon, as if you give Ganon to Caesar, there will be an ending slide describing his death in some way, but that would just be something for people to complain about. Mr. House appears to be alive and well, though. This seems to imply that the House victory is the canon ending. Now, there definitely could be a plot twist in which the former Rob co-founder created some AI or something, and technically you can just disconnect him in the other endings, but I feel like any of those other options would be quite underwhelming and, frankly, a little cheap. We also do see Victor in Trailer 1, and there's an upgraded Securitron, meaning that at one point, House had control over the Platinum chip. Now, as in any good Season 2, we do get some answers for our Season 1 questions. Now, starting very basically, the substance that was injected into Thaddeus to fix his broken leg was definitely FEV. He's now growing a mouth out of his arm and looks continuously worse as the trailer keeps going. Also, I think we have a better idea of where Hank McClane was going and what he was looking for at the conclusion of Season 1, based on this ending line from Lucy.
So this is Vegas, huh? I'd ask why my dad ran into a den of monsters, but he'd probably just tell me to shut the fudge up.
I think Hank actually went into the strip and ended up looking in some sort of high-tech vault. We know that Vault 21 is there, so that could have been hiding something deeper and is why Mr. House filled it with cement. When inside, he does don a gold Pip-Boy, which I really hope is at least an homage to the Pip-Boy 3 billion, but we are lacking diamonds. After his outfit change, he can be seen testing something on a mouse, which doesn't go too well. The tech is placed on the creature's head, so this Vault Research Center could be holding some sort of mind control technology. If he can get ownership of the right people, he could possibly take over the entire West Coast. We also get some information regarding infighting that is engulfing the Brotherhood of Steel. There are shots of what look like airships fighting each other and one being destroyed. We even have a character wearing a very similar coat to that of Elder Maxon from Fallout 4, mentioning some sort of civil war. I don't believe this is Elder Maxon, simply due to there not being a facial scar. Also, the jacket does feature in Fallout 76, and is simply referred to as the Elder Battle Coats, implying that this is just traditional garb worn by the leaders. Now, all of these things are purely conjecture, and I hope that they will be confirmed or refuted when the show releases on December 17th. Personally, I am very much looking forward to it, and everything looks pretty promising so far. But for now, all we can do is wait. But I really do think that could be the Pip-Boy 3 billion. I mean, I know the diamonds are missing, but I think that